Dr. Jacobo Grinberg experimented with shamanism, astrology, telepathy, and meditation before he suddenly disappeared in 1994. Born in Mexico City in 1946, Grinberg had a fascination with the human mind from an early age. At just 12 years old, Grinberg witnessed his mother die from a brain tumor, and from that point on he decided he would study the human brain. In the 1970s, Grinberg traveled to New York City to study psychophysiology at the Brain Research Institute, earning himself a PhD. Shortly after, he returned to Mexico and founded his own laboratory at the Universidad Anáhuac, which specialized in psychophysiology. Later in '87, Grinberg furthered his passion and founded the National Institute for the Study of Consciousness. This is where Grinberg began to merge his scientific expertise with studies into things like meditation, shamanism, telepathy, and witchcraft, and their connection to brain activity. Most notably, he combined his scientific discipline with shamanism in an attempt to understand the magic world and uncovering the relationship between science and consciousness. Despite writing over 50 books on these kinds of topics, his work was largely rejected by the scientific community due to its connection with things like shamanism. On December 8, 1994, just a few days before his 48th birthday, he vanished and has not been seen since. Given Grinberg's curiosity with matters of magical, rumors and conspiracy theories began to swirl about his mysterious disappearance. One of the most notable theories involves his belief in holographic simulation of reality, otherwise known as the Matrix. The theory posits that we are living in a simulated reality, different from a computer simulation theory, and that our world is simply a detailed illusion projected by our brains. He believed that under the right circumstances, people can interact with perceptual reality in an active sense rather than just watching it, and some theorize that this is what happened to him. Other conspiracies are what you might expect. Some suggest he was kidnapped by the CIA for knowing too much, while others say he could have been abducted by aliens. Some connect his work with shamanism and meditation to his disappearance, suggesting he may have gotten so deep into the study of consciousness that he accidentally slipped into another dimension. Dr. Grinberg raises the possibility that through consciousness, the human brain can have control over the universe in which we live. The lattice in the field of physics is the structure in which space-time is found. His theory proposes that from the process that the human brain performs to decode perceptual reality, it is possible to establish links with the lattice, and with it, make changes in space-time. He postulates that we live in an informational matrix, which he calls the hologram, in which there is the possibility of interacting with perceptual reality, not only as a spectator, but as an active participant in the construction of said reality. He set out to prove that a quantum system in the brain creates a non-local EPR correlation among human brains. He called this phenomenon the transferred potential, TP, according to which a brain suitably prepared by a period of meditation is capable of both proximate and distant interactions with other brains by a direct involvement of consciousness and without sensory transmission or local effects. Dr. Grinberg further proposed that his synergic theory can explain the emergence of conscious experience, which he saw as the outcome of complex multidimensional interactions, structure of space, and thus gives rise to consciousness. Grinberg's synergy theory states that there is a continuous space of energy and the common human can only perceive a part of it. The result of this process is what everyone understands as reality. This theory tries to answer the question of the creation of the experience. The book where it is mentioned, El Cerebro Consciente, was translated into 7 languages. Against the naive realism that postulates reality as an external to the subject, one of Grinberg's biggest achievements has been the demonstration of the scientific basis for telepathy. However, those discoveries have yet to be accepted by the scientific community. If this was to be confirmed, it would represent a revolution in the field of science and would give meaning to the existence of humanity in the world, ending the nihilism of the actual materialistic world. He explained that if a person has a highly synergic neuronal field, that is, a brain in which the coherence links are greater, he or she will have the ability to modify the hologram at will, thus achieving feats that defy the laws up to now known from physics, just as Pashida did in her shamanic surgeries. This opens the doors to the investigation of other phenomena, such as telepathy. Grinberg carried out various experiments in which, through meditation, he managed to demonstrate synchrony between two brains exposed to different stimuli that finally produced similar results. The most enigmatic point of this theory indicates that if through consciousness we are able to influence the informational matrix, and that if everything is connected from the energetic interaction of both atoms and thoughts, then there is the possibility of that we have inhabited a plane that is not the total reality, that is, in a matrix into which we have been thrown, with a brain capable of understanding the operation of its physical laws, but not its origin. With this, the idea of an awakening also arises, of taking consciousness further and dominating the hologram. Under this premise, by fully understanding the operation of the matrix, we would simply disappear and reach a state of purity within the true reality. This could not be verified, and like his studies on extraocular vision in children or telepathy, his projects remained unfinished after he disappeared at the most monumentous point of his prodigious career. On December 8, 1994, Dr. Jacobo Grinberg disappeared without leaving any clues that could help locate him. His absence has been given rise to innumerable speculations, from a crime of passion or an alien abduction to situations linked to the CIA, NASA, or anyone who could be interested in what he was developing and discovering in his laboratory. What impact did Dr. Grinberg have on human society that he would then suddenly disappear? How is it possible that almost no one knows who Dr. Grinberg is and his impact in the science community? After the triumph of the scientific empiricism based on observation and experimentation over the sensitive world, materialism as a philosophical system became the unquestionable paradigm of the Western world for the last 400 years. The basic principle of the philosophical system is based in the axiom, matter is all there is. For Grinberg, on the contrary, all our experience, everything that we can know, is nothing other than consciousness. We don't know things directly. We know them as manifestations inside our consciousness, decoded by our mind. For Grinberg, consciousness is what is behind every act of perception, what supports the mere quality of experience itself. Reality is for him not matter, but consciousness. Grinberg was ahead of his time. His first theories about consciousness, formulated in the 70s, are today cutting-edge science. But the theories he elaborated later on are still today somewhat regarded as science fiction. Demonstrations of telepathy, remote viewing, an explanation of shamanic healing, the unity of the universe. It seems that we may never know for sure what happened to him, and it is sad that such possibility and earth-shattering research is not being looked at more closely. Perhaps it's the key to the greater understanding of freeing ourselves to the unlimited potential that the universe holds.